Hello everyone, welcome back to IELTS Online Classes with Banke. In today's lesson, you will learn how to choose the right answers in section 1. Make sure that you don't miss any answers in section 1 because sections 1 and 4 are pretty easy and you will find it easy to pick the answers once you use the strategies I'm going to show you. As someone who moved from band 7 to 8.5 in the listening module, I can tell you that once you apply the strategies that I'm going to share in this video, you will be able to deal with the listening module. So just make sure you watch to the end and implement what you learn in. So the first thing you should do is to read the instruction. If the instruction says write one word and or a number, make sure you write one word. You can write one word, for example, brush, BRUSH. You can write one number, for example, 10. One word and a number is, for example, September 10. 10 written in digits, in figure, not as a word, as in TEN. 10 written as 1 and 0, 10. So if you write that's one word and a number, that's September 10. If they say one word or a number, you can write 10 as a digit or 10 as a word. That's just one word. 10 in words is TEN, that's one word. 10 as a number, 1 and 0 is a number. So make sure that you stick to that instruction, because instructions are the reasons some people will miss questions they were not supposed to miss. So you should not do that. Another thing you should do is to go over the audio scripts. If you have the Cambridge textbook, I usually make my library of Cambridge textbooks available to members in my VIP classes, which is a paid class, a paid service. But if you have your Cambridge materials, I highly recommend you use Cambridge materials every time you practice if you are going to take the IELTS examination, because this is what the real examination looks like. So when you get familiar using Cambridge textbooks, it's easier for you to know what to expect and you will be preparing correctly. Now the third thing is make sure you read the questions before the tape starts playing, focusing on the areas where you have these points. These are the points where you have the dash, right? The gaps that you are going to fill. So you focus on those points, all right? So make sure you focus on these areas as you read the question, because that is what will help you to know when the answers are approaching. Also, there is possibility that as you listen, they will mention tiny engineers. You can see tiny engineers here. They will mention activities, right? And they can use synonyms. For instance, when we read this question number 1, create a cover for an dash so they can drop it from a height without breaking it. You will see that you can see children's engineer here. Children's engineering workshops. That's the first thing you hear. But what was said here was tiny engineers. So you know you haven't gotten to the answer yet. As you look further down in the audio script, this portion that I am reading is the audio scripts. Okay, this is the audio scripts. So this portion, is the audio script. Yeah, that's where the audio script is. So you also hear create a cover for an dash. When you look at the audio script, you will hear tiny engineers somewhere here. Can you see tiny engineers? And then once you hear tiny engineers, you know the other things they said, they are just preambles. You know the answer is around the corner. Now they say all sorts. Let me see. All sorts, for example, they work together to design. What's that? For example, they work together to design a special cover that goes around an egg. Note that here they use the synonym design to replace cover. So that brings me to the next point. Don't always expect to hear word for word what you can see in the question. So they use synonyms a lot, and they also paraphrase. Paraphrasing is saying something in a different way without taking away from the meaning. When you get accustomed to listening exercises properly, by the time you get to the writing module, you'll be able to apply some of these principles, especially the principle of paraphrasing and what have you. Now let's move on to the next question. So question 2 and 3 says, take part in a competition to build the tallest dash. Make a dash powered by a balloon. So you see that you would hear yes, and Rebecca loves building things, right? You can see, say, Lydia loves building things. When you hear loves building things, you know that the answer is around the corner. Now, you will also hear competition. Can you see competition as you listen to the audio? These are just audio scripts to explain this lesson. When you hear competition, you know the answer is around the corner. So now look at, they used highest. You are going to hear highest, and you are not going to hear tallest. These are synonyms, aren't they? So when you hear highest, because you have read the question before the tape started playing, it will prime you, and you'll be able to know that the answer is approaching. That way you'll be able to pick the right answer. Did you get that? Right. Now let's move on to the next question. So now the final example for this lesson is question 3. Say make a powered balloon. Make a dash powered by a balloon. Now you can hear that in the audio. Sarah would say, but they are learning all the time as well as having fun. For example, one thing they do is to design and build a car that is attached to a balloon, and the force of the air in that actually powers the car and makes it move along. You can see this part. Actually, the force, you hear balloon here, the force powers the car and actually what makes it move. Okay, so that tells you that your answer is car. Your answer is what? Car. Look at the car here. Car that is attached to a balloon. It's actually this car around here, powered by a balloon. That instead of saying powered by a balloon, you are going to say attached to a balloon. All right. So these are simple ways that you can use to quickly know the right answer to pick in section 1. I'll go over the tips I have discussed again. The first things first, read the instructions before the tape starts playing. Next, make sure that you are familiar with synonyms, and don't always expect to hear word for word what you have read on the question paper. Some words will be replaced with synonyms. And make sure you read the questions before the tape starts playing. With these few points of mine, I hope I have been able to convince you and not confuse you that listening section 1 is very easy to get a 10 over 10. So let me know if you have any questions, leave a comment. And if you'd like to join the challenge, I'll drop a link below. You can join the 30-day challenge to know how ready you are to take the IELTS examination. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.